said so. I knew that this was doomed from the get-go. You thought that it was special, special, but it was just the sex door, and I still hear the echoes. I got a feeling that it's time to let it go, let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away. Maybe you don't understand what I'm going through. It's only me. What you got to lose? Make up your mind. Tell me, what are you gonna do? It's only me. Let it go. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame 'cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away. You got me thinking it'll be alright. You told me, come and take a look inside. You believe me in every single lie, but I failed you this time. And it feels like tonight I can't believe I'm broken inside. Can't you see that there's nothing that I wanna do but try to make it up to you? And it feels like tonight, tonight. I was waiting for the day you come around. I was chasing, but nothing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
helmet goes on, it's time to bury the competition.
Drive, determination, that trophy is mine.
Nobody's standing in my way.
I'm the king of RORMJL.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RORMJL today. We are here in Anaheim, California, ready for a beautiful show. It's been some rain, a little slick tonight. We're going to get right into the action with intros coming your way. First up, we have in the 4th spot, Tyler May and Son of a Digger. In the 3rd place position, Jeremy Castillo and El Toro Loco. He's currently in 2nd place right now, Israel Martinez in the Nitro Menace Machine. points. Getting right into the action for you fans tonight. We are going racing in round one. We have two competitors on the scene about to come out to the track. Tonight we have some pretty tough conditions tonight in racing. A little bit slick out here. It's been raining on and off since show one last night. So it's going to be a challenge for these competitors. Time has started for the race. 60 seconds on both. Can they make it in? And it looks like both are going to make it. Both are going to be on the line. Very nice. Almost had an RORMJL first, ladies and gentlemen, with a double DNF, but that's not the case tonight. They are both ready. First up, we've got Jaden McClam in Jailbird. He's going to be facing off Adrian Cooper in the Pirate's Curse. Both drivers are on the line, getting the thumbs up from both. Getting everything set up on the line here. Testing those RIIs. Pirate's Curse on the line and ready. Jailbird is there too. And now we are on the line waiting for the go, and they're off. Very slick start, as you can see. Oh, and Jailbird goes real wide in that first corner. Adrian keeping it tight to the corner. Right now a huge lead for Pirate's Curse. But never give up on a race. Anything could happen, especially in these slippery conditions. But right now it looks like it is going to be all Adrian Cooper in the Pirate's Curse machine as he sails it across the finish line in the muck. 60-second clock has started, I believe, for both. Nope, just, alright, one is in. We are waiting on Trent in Monster Patrol. This is for the last race of round number 1. And that is going to be it. A bye run for Miss Overboard. Irving Murren in Miss Overboard gets the bye run. Since the Monster Patrol machine can't make it, all they got to do is make a clean pass. And they will move on into round number 2. Will we see the second bye run DNF of RORMJL? Or will they just make a clean pass to get into round number 2? Sitting on the line, getting staged, ready up, and waiting for the green. Apparently a little bit of truck issues on the line. Oh, there we go, and he's off. Little bit of issues with the truck there, had a stall out on the line, but he is moving, and he is now floating. All right. Okay. Issues with communication. As an announcer, I am shocked. I have never seen anything like this in my life. This is the type of non-stop action you guys are going to get in Rigs of Rod's Monster Jam Live. That's why you must stay tuned to all these live streams, every event. We are going to get everything sorted out and figured out and go back to racing here in just a few minutes. And we're back now in the first race of round number 2. It is Alex Ferrulo in the Bad Company machine. Fast loser is Jailbird, and they're off. And he is wide. I think he might have tapped the wall. This is all Bad Company to start this race. Cleanly around the fun box corner. Pitches the truck in. That's slick, so it's easier to do that. And just walks away with the victory. Bad Company moves on to round number 3. Getting into the second race of round number 2. Last night's show winner in racing, John Zimmer in Megalodon. And he's going up against Travis Palm in the Wildflower. This should be a close, good race. Both of them qualified 8 and 9. John Zimmer is 8 and 0 right now, and RORMJL gets the nice jump off the line. Around the first corner, John tries to open the lead up, and he's extended the lead a little bit, but Wildflower trying to come from behind around the fun box. Coming into the final corner, John throws it in. So does Wildflower, but it is not going to be enough to catch up to John Zimmer in Megalodon. Taking the win, moving on to round 3.
Call me reckless, crash through like a storm, filled with fury, I'm relentless, like a soldier at war. It doesn't matter if the world is shaking, I don't flinch, not a sound. And when everyone around is breaking, I'm a stone in the ground. When I close my eyes and count to 10, all I feel is the adrenaline. And when the pain begins to set, long live the champion! Long live the champion!
60-second timer coming up for one of the competitors. Let's see if he can get in. And time is going to be up, which means it is going to be a bye run. Alright, we are getting word that he made it in right at 0. So there will be a race between these two competitors. Up first, it is Jacob Cervantes in Zombie. He is going up against Nick Tedrick in the Iron Outlaw. Both trucks are on the line and ready, and they are off relatively even off the line. Slightly to Zombie coming around that fun box corner. Iron Outlaw's trying to pitch it in and come from behind here, coming into the final corner. Oh, Zombie kind of screwed up that corner a little bit. Iron Outlaw's trying to come from behind, but the mud is just too much. Oh, and Zombie takes a tumble. Zombie moving on to round number 3, but he takes a flip. Next race up, we have Chris Bialik in Gravedigger. And he's going to go up against Josh Kingma in the Fast Metal Machine. Both drivers getting set on the line. This could be a really good race. Chris B. Oh, and Josh hits the tire off the first corner, but it didn't seem to slow him down any. Kind of slightly ahead of Gravedigger. Chris B taking the slower approach around the fun box corner. It seems to have worked. Into the final corner, he's taking the slow approach. Josh throwing it in. Oh, it's going to come down to the wire. Oh, and Josh Kingman's going to pull the upset over Gravedigger. Chris B with a wild finish, but it is not going to matter. What an incredible race. Josh Kingma takes the victory in Fast Metal. Next race, Israel Martinez in the Nitro Menace. Going up against Adrian Cooper there in the Pirate's Curse. Pirate's Curse made it from round number 1, going up against the second fastest qualifier with Israel Martinez in Nitro Menace. Round the first corner, looking smooth, but Nitro Menace with a bit of a lead. This mud's tricky to get a hold of, and Israel is throwing it just right, doing it just... Oh, what a nice final corner. Just absolutely beautiful final corner, and Nitro Menace is going to move on to round number 3.
there's nothing you can do. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Looking for new blood. Most of my life was heavy and hard. So many days, so many scars, but it was all of those years to make who I am, yeah. But I broke through, and here I stand, yeah. Don't try to fight, nothing you can do, I'm gonna run all over you. It's too late to try, there's nothing you can do, I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Yeah, I'm looking for new blood, and nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me.
Over halfway through round 2 right now, we have Austin Dahlgren in Bounty Hunter. Going up against Steven Gibson in Dragon Ice.
Getting hard to sleep, blood is in my dreams. I was killing me, trying to figure it out.
7th seed Austin Dahlgren in the Bounty Hunter versus 10th seed Dragon Ice. Steven Gibson. This one could be an actual good close race tonight. Dragon getting lined up, staged on the line, getting ready. Bounty Hunter sitting there ready. Both drivers all ready. And they're off. Austin with a bit of a hole shot off the start. Both of them go pretty wide. Steven nearly hits the dumpsters there. Slight lead into the fun box corner to Bounty Hunter. Clips the fun box a little bit, but I think that might have helped him get some traction there. Final corner, this is going to come down to the wire. Steven throws it in, tries to come from behind. Not going to pull the traction out, and it is going to be Austin Dahlgren in the Bounty Hunter. Oh my! What a crash! And he lands it. Dragon Ice starting freestyle early. Wild ride for the Dragon Ice, but all focus is going to be on Bounty Hunter as he is moving on to round number 3. We saw this race last night. It is Mario Ortega in Vendetta. And your number 3 qualifier, your points leader, Brandon Adam in Monster Energy. We saw this pairing last night, show 1 here in Anaheim. Brandon Adams getting the victory. Mario Ortega looks to try to come from behind tonight as the seats are a bit different, but that doesn't mean anything can happen here. Starting off Brandon with a nice tight corner. Taking it a little slow around the first corner, but slides it in there on the fun box corner. Already opening up that lead against Vendetta. Coming into the final corner, it is all Brandon Adam as long as he doesn't make a huge mistake. And it will be Brandon Adam in the Monster Energy moving on to round number 3. Coming into your last race of round number 2, it is Tyler May in Son of a Digger. He is going up against Jeremy Castillo and El Toro Loco. Drivers lined up and waiting on the green. Final race of round number 2. And they are off. Tyler May with a slight hole shot. Jeremy tried to cut that corner a little bit tighter. Pretty even right now. I'd say slightly Del Toro now. Coming around the fun box. Oh, Tyler got a nice fun box into the final corner. This will decide it. Both trying to get traction. This is going to be close. Jeremy pulls a wheelie, and he's going to pull it out over Tyler May. Some would say upset. What a run, and the story is Son of a Digger Tyler May is out, and Jeremy and El Toro Loco moves on to round number 3. What a close race. There was a little bit of controversy there. Wasn't sure of the call. After further review, Jeremy and El Toro Loco will take the win. As we are moving on to round number 3, Bad Company and Megalodon, John Zimmer and Alex Ferrulo. John is whipping it into that fun box corner. This one's going to come down to the wire. John with a final corner push. He slides out wide. Can this open the door for Bad Company? No, he cannot. Megalodon moves on to the semifinals, looking to extend his winning streak. Moving on to the next race of round number 3, we have Jacob Cervantes and Zombie and Josh Kingma. Oh! What happened there? Josh Kingma got pulled off the line, sleeping, making pancakes. Round the corners, Zombie putting out the lead even more. Josh Kingma trying to play come from behind here, but I don't think it'll matter. Zombie with a very... Oh! Good lord, almost dumped it on the end there. But with that, it will be Zombie moving on to the semifinals to race John Zimmer in Megalodon. We have one half of the semifinals determined. This next race starts to figure out who is going to be in the other half of the semifinals. In the first race, Nitro Menace and Bounty Hunter go head to head to get that spot, the first spot in the semifinals. On the line, oh, and they are off. Israel Martinez gets the bit of a jump. Austin goes a little wide. And Israel has opened up that lead right now. Izzy and Nitro Menace is just flowing on this track. Final corner. Austin trying to come from behind. Throws it in. Clips the tire. And it is going to be all Izzy in Nitro Menace. Austin goes for a wild ride but is able to set it down.
I'm here for you, she said, and we can stay for a while. My boyfriend's gone, we can just pretend. Lips that need no introduction. Now who's the greatest in your trap I seem to invite? Tell me, darling, where do we begin? Was this over before it ever began? Your kiss, your calls, your crutch, like the devil's got your hands. This was over before it ever began. Your lips, your lies, your lust, like the devil's in your hands. Everyone in this town is seeing some.
So now we know that Izzy in Nitro Menace is going to move on to the semifinals. Let's move on to our final race of round number 3 getting into the stadium here. We are going to see the third seed, points leader Brandon Adam in the Monster Energy versus Jeremy Castillo in El Toro Loco. Jeremy in round number 2 pulled the upset against Tyler May and Son of a Digger. Can he do it here against Brandon Adam? Pretty good start for both, but this is where Brandon is dangerous, opening that lead up. Bit of a bobble there in that corner for El Toro Loco, and it's going to open the door even more for... Oh, Monster Energy kind of slows down a bit, but it actually worked in his favor. Brandon Adam and Monster Energy is going to move on to the semifinals.
Was this over before it ever began? Your kiss, your calls, your crutch, like the devil's got your hands. This was over before it ever began. Your lips, your lies, your lust, like the devil's in your hands.
And with that matchup out of the way, we move on to semifinals time. The first race of the semifinals will see John Zimmer and Megalodon. And he's going to take on Jacob Cervantes and Zombie. bit of a surprise in qualifying. John Zimmer is undefeated right now in Riggs of Rod's Monster Jam Live, but qualified 9th. So not the best of luck in qualifying. Number 4 qualifier Jacob Cervantes looks to actually make it almost an upset here, even though the seeds are different, and Zombie is the higher placed seed. Oh no! Not the corner John wanted. Can we see an upset here? Will the streak be broken by Zombie? John trying to come from behind. Everything all up to this final corner. Zombie throws it in, and it will be the upset of the night and possibly the season so far. John Zimmer Jr., his first loss in RORMJL comes to the hands of Jacob Cervantes. So with the crowd favorite out to win the racing tonight, we have the second semifinal race. Izzy Martinez in the Nitro Menace and Brandon Adam in Monster Energy. Can Izzy put a stop to Brandon's points here to catch up? This is your points leader and your second place. Oh, and it's not going to happen. Izzy didn't get off the line. Brandon is going to sail to the finish line. Izzy just now getting off the line. Huge problems with Nitro Menace. And it's going to be all Brandon Adams. Making his way back into the final round.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, you're gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it out. We will rock.
And with that, we have made our way all the way to the finals. The series points leader, Brandon Adams in Monster Energy. He is going to go up against Jacob Cervantes and Zombie, who just pulled the upset of the night, beating John Zimmer and Megalodon in the semifinals. Brandon, no slouch to the finals scene. He has made it there before, and he has won several times before in this position. Jacob is looking to pull another upset, and he gets the jump off the line, but Brandon's trying to take it a little tighter. Good race so far. Brandon pushing, trying to get ahead, keep that lead. Zombie coming around the fun box. Slight lead to Brandon as they come into the final corner, I think. And with that, Brandon makes the push, and Brandon Adams finds his way back on top of the racing winner circle once again. Brandon Adams, here in Anaheim, show number 2.
story you were telling me. Couple boys clock out about 5:35, trying to put a little hammer in their head. Standing in the liquor store, staring at a fifth, but they picked up a handle instead. Hell right. Hell right. Hell right. Okay. Couple girls with their boots on, got their Bluetooth on, t-shirts saying go Sooners. Then the girl from the small town took
About
off
2 or 3 minutes break. It is downpouring now here in Anaheim. Going to give it a few minutes, maybe see if the storm lets up or not. But anyway, rain or shine, the show is going to go on. Two Little Skills will be right with you.
Guitar on the ground that was making some sound till somebody pulled a hillbilly slip. Now there's fog on the window. She never would have kissed him if he didn't play a lick like this. Hell right. Hell right. Hell right. Hell right. Everybody's throwing down on a Friday night somewhere in America. There's a bottle to burn and a fire to light, and you ain't done nothing if you did it halfway. If you're gonna raise hell, then you better damn raise hell right. Hell right. Hell right. Now 7 a.m., damn if there ain't an empty handle on a square hay bale. Everybody's passed out drunk, but when they wake up, they're all gonna hurt like hell right. Yeah, boy. Hell right. Hell right. Everybody's throwing down on a Friday night somewhere in America. There's a bottle to burn.
Is this thing working? Now I think we are live. Had some audio issues on my end there, but I am back again. I am Mason Paul, one of the other co-hosts on Riggs and Rods Monster Jam Live here. Earlier on, you saw that was Blake Thompson announcing throughout racing, and although you could not hear me, I was talking. The first person to not make it for two-wheel skills was Trent Fung in the Monster Patrol, having some issues and could not make it out in time with that 60-second clock, but hopefully can make it back out for freestyle as we line up our next racer, and that is going to be Irving Martin in Miss Overboard. Irving sporting that new paint design, trying to slap it into a popper but could not get it with this rain. Let's see what he has next for his second attempt here. Looks like he's trying to get another popper lined up. Let's see if he can get it. Putting it up on the nose, but still send it back down. There's no traction on this track right now. And make sure to go to Judges Zone and use code RORMJL to give the score for what you think our first driver deserves.
I'm trapped and my back's up against the wall. I see no solution or exit out. I'm grinding it out, no one can see. The pressure's growing exponentially. I'm trying to keep up to speed with you. Your lane changing is absolutely me. I'm hitting the ground and I'm sprinting. I'm falling behind, now I'm tuning out.
Scores are coming in now for Irving, and it's going to be a 4.917. It's good enough for first, as he's the first one up. And I'm just getting us in the booth now that actually Trent Fung looks like he's going to be returning for his two-wheel skills attempt. There was a miscommunication in the booth, but looks like he's actually going to be able to do his run here. Definitely good for him, as he can make back some points, as it is his hometown show.
I'm feeling the pressure, I can't break it. No.
And coming up next out of Anaheim, it's going to be Trent Fung in the Monster Patrol.
I am the master of this game, and everybody knows my name.
Trent sliding around that track
You see that,
as he preps for his first attempt.
but you have thrown the gauntlet down. Only gauntlet
Definitely hard to try to scope out a move when all of our ramps right now are just soaked in mud.
you into the ground. And you know it's
Sliding into the container a bit there.
better than you. See the fear that's in your eyes. I'll make you realize it well. Oh yeah, here we go again. Looks like we're on the floor again. Hell yeah, here we go again.
I think he's found his ramp now. This is his hometown show, so he does not want to disappoint. Putting it into that wheelie, walking it back, sending it up. And he's just walking it all the way back, hitting the container. And I think that's gonna be done. If he can even bring it back from that. He's up there. He's pretty stuck. And we get an RI call, and that is gonna be an unfortunate end for Tyler Fung in the Monster Patrol. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and give the score what you think his run deserved.
sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just
And the scores for him is going to be a 3.875. Not enough to take first, but good enough for second.
I'm on the big stage. I got my crew. I'll get you moving. It's what I do. The party's starting. It's going down. Let me show you what it's all about.
Coming up next, we're going to have Jaden McClam in Jailbird.
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in this.
Try to set that into what I thought was a moonwalk, but could not get any traction there. He's trying to slap it into a slap wheel or a reverse popper right there, setting it up on the nose and walking it, kind of like how Trent did, but could not get it. And he slaps it over, it lands on the roof, and I think that's going to be a done. That is the end of the run. Definitely a short-lived run for Jaden. Not the way he wanted to have that go, but make sure to go to Judges Zone and give the score you think Jailbird deserved. Scores coming in now at a 4.063. Not enough to take first. Still putting in the lead. It's going to be Irving Martin and Miss Overboard. Coming up next out of Minnesota, we're going to be having Travis Palm in the Wildflower. Travis already trying to set in some cyclones, something we haven't seen yet, and definitely with a score like a 4.9, you're going to have to go big to try to beat that. Setting it up on two wheels and balancing it, coming up almost to the main pod there. Just slinging around in that mud. We had an in cab right now. Thrown on. He's still going. Is there a timer on this? All right, and I think that is done. And definitely a crazy cyclone for Travis Palm. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and give the score for Wildflower to think if it's going to be good enough to beat Irving Martin with a 4.9.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm on the big stage. I got my crew. I'll get you moving. It's what I do.
And it looks like we have a brand new leader. It's going to be Travis Palm and Wildflower with a 6.917. Definitely a crazy cyclone coming out from him. And coming out from Los Angeles, California, it's also his hometown show. It's Nick Tedrick in the Iron Outlaw. Nick having some problems through a little bit of the season, but definitely put down a really good freestyle run last evening. Got that body back on and back together for today's show. And let's see what he's got in store for us for Two Wheel today. Lining up for some air. I think he's trying to do a slap wheelie, could not get it though. Looks like he's lining up for another hit here. No idea what he's got planned. Sending it straight up and down, tries to do it, I think it was a reverse popper, could not land that. And that's going to be the end of Nick Teddy's run there. Make sure you go to Judges Zone and give him the score you guys think he deserves. And while we get these scores in, I know you probably did not see his name up on the screen there when he entered. But yeah, I agree with him. This is quite the walkie slush weather we got going on here. Man, that score bleeding, P. It's a 4.781 for Nick Tedrick. Not enough to take first or second. I believe that's putting him down in third. He had a good attempt, but not enough. He's known as Mr. Worldwide. It's Chris Bialik in Gravedigger. Already trying to put it into that nose wheelie, could not get it, but he slides it into a crazy slap wheelie, and now he's just trying to take control of that truck. I don't think he's going to get it, though. Damn. That is going to be the end of the run for Chris Bialik. Not the way he wanted it to go. That was crazy, though. Make sure you go to Judges Zone and give him the score you think he deserved for that run. Definitely short-lived, and it's going to be a hard night for all of our drivers, especially coming into freestyle. I was not here for racing, so I was not able to take an initial number for how many times a dumpster has been slammed, banged, destroyed, but I will be taking notes from here on out.
Someone had to tumble and someone had to stand.
And the score's coming in, it's going to be a 5.068 for Chris Bialik. Not good enough for first, but that's going to put him in second.
There's nothing you can do. I'm gonna run all over you. I'm looking for new blood. And nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me. Looking for new blood. Most of my life was heavy and high. So many days, so many scars.
And coming up next, we're going to be having Adrian Cooper in Pirate's Curse. Adrian, a driver that never disappoints in two-wheel. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to do for today, though, as these weather conditions have been putting a lot of our drivers having to really rethink their runs almost. Wasting no time, though. I think he's going to go for that maximum moonwalk. But can he balance it, though? He's trying to balance it. He can't get it. He just slips off that front end, and that's going to be the end of his run there. Definitely unfortunate for Adrian Cooper. I was honestly excited for that. He about had that balance, but that mud, man, put him in some bad spots.
I'm trapped and my back's up against the wall. I see no solution or exit out. I'm grinding it out, no one can see. The pressure's growing exponentially. I'm trying to keep up to speed with you. Your lane changing is absolute to me. I'm hitting the ground and I'm sprinting.
Unfortunate score for Adrian, as it's going to be a 1.891. Definitely not the score he was wanting there, but he left it all out on the track, and he's just going to have to come back at it harder for Freestyle. Coming up next to the track, we're going to be having Steven Gibson, Dragon Ice. Looks like he's getting ready in the tunnel there. As I was going to say, Steven, he always goes crazy in two-wheel, but not sure what he has in store for us as well, as these conditions have left a lot of our really good drivers in some really interesting spots. We've been seeing a lot of upsets even in racing, so we might see some today here in two-wheel and freestyle. Looks like he's going to try to do what Travis Palm was doing too, as he's going to slide that into a cyclone while blasting that fire. That is a crazy look, as he's just... Oh my god, I'm getting sick just watching. How much propane is in that tank? He is still going. Steve on two wheels and balancing it, putting it back down. I'm just looking in awe off this camera right here. Is he on fire in that cap? He's have to run out of propane by now. Is this safe? Looks like he's gonna set it down, and he's still with us here as he blasts that flame one more time. Give it up for Steven Gibson and Dragon Ice, and make sure to go to Judge's Zone and give him the score you guys think he deserved.
I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. big stage. I got my
And it looks like we have another brand new leader. It's going to be Steven Gibson with a 7.344. He was blasting that red, white, and blue for all the red, white, and you. That was terrible. But let's see who's going to be having coming up next to the track. And escaping the McAllen, Texas prison, it's going to be Mario Ortega in Vendetta. Mario getting his feet wet last weekend in San Diego, ended his runs a little bit short and had a really good freestyle run going, and there he goes into some he had a nice popper there, but could not keep the balance going as he's going to line up for his next run. But anyway, definitely had an interesting freestyle going until he hit the two fans in section 106 and 107 as he slams into that dumpster. Looks like he's going to be trying that maximum moonwalk as well. Sliding up, getting her up, just trying to balance it now. If Mario can, I think he got stuck there. Trying to get a feel if he wants to attempt that again. He sets it up, sets it back down, could not even get the somersault. It is too slippery down here. And go ahead and go to judgeszone.com and give the score you think Mario Ortega deserved in Vendetta.
I'm trapped and my back's up against the wall. I see no solution or exit out. I'm grinding it out, no one can see. The impression's growing exponentially. I'm trying to.
As I'm overhearing from the pits, looking down and listening to these drivers right now, they are rethinking their two-wheel skills and their freestyles as they are afraid they're going to be hitting the dumpsters, and it's just a really truck-eating track as the scores coming in for Mario is going to be a 3.850. Still not enough for first, but at least some good points to Mario to put him up on that board. Coming up next, we're going to be having Tyler May in Son of a Digger. Tyler May also trying to slap it into some really great cyclones. It seems that's going to be the trick you're going to want to do, and if you want to try to get a good score. But it's going to be hard to beat Steven Gibson as he was slinging that thing all around. Definitely some awesome cyclones coming here from Tyler May, but you can only do this move so many times before it gets repetitive, so it's definitely going to put a lot of our other drivers behind to try to rethink what moves they're going to want to do. Keeping her going. On two wheels, back on four. On two wheels, back on four. Is he going to go up on the pod? I do not think he is, as he's just going to keep it going. We need to get a stopwatch for these next few runs. As that is going to be the end for him as he goes right into those crush cars. Definitely a crazy cyclone attempt from Tyler May and Son of a Digger. Make sure you go to RORMJL's Judges Zone and give him the score you think he deserves, and if it's enough to beat Steven Gibson's cyclone.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let
scores are being finalized right now, and it looks like it's going to be a 7.025. Close, but not enough to take first.
Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up.
Coming up next, we're going to be having Alex Furillo in Bad Company. He had an unfortunate qualifying session yesterday, but was able to make it in today, so he has lots of ground to pick up here.
Wake me up inside. Tell me there's a reason.
As he slams right into the dumpsters, I'm just watching my bank account drop at all the stadium damage we're going to have to pay off here. Looking like he's going to try to do what Nick Chedrick was doing too and do a slap wheelie. There you go. That's how you get it done. Cherry pick that thing up and ride that across the floor as he's sliding it. Actually, that was pretty clean. Nice first attempt for Alex Furillo in Bad Company.
Something for the pain, just to kill this feeling. And though we look away, inside we're all still sleeping. I'll spend my time.
Trying to do that another slap wheelie there. Could not get that slap wheelie to continue, but a decent attempt still. And make sure you go to Judges Zone to put the scores in, and if you guys think that's enough to beat Steven Gibson 7.344.
I'm trapped in my box up against the wall.
And again, as I listen with my big 10-foot ear from the pits, we're already seeing drivers not liking donuts anymore. They're thinking it's pretty boring. So for our last few handful of drivers, they're going to have to start thinking a little more creatively like, cannot talk today, like Alex, and try to pull some crazy moves like that. As the score's coming in for him, and it's going to be a 7.483. That's just enough to edge Steven off the podium, and that's going to put Alex in first. As coming up next, we're going to be having Josh Kingma in the Fast Metal. Already seems to be lining up another crazy slap wheelie just like his teammate. Here he goes. Not the air that he had, but he definitely performed that as he bounces off that wheelie, off that wheelie bar, and sets it back down. Prepping for that second attempt right here. Hitting that jammer, send him a little sideways there. A little discombobulated, if you will. Line up for another slap wheelie, trying to get it going. Sets it on that wheelie bar, rides that sucker out. It's the dumpsters, but the scores are already done, and you're going to have to go to judgeszone.com to give the scores you think that Josh Kingma and Fast Metal deserved.
Sharing secrets with another world, rubbing shoulders with some unknown lovers, making way through the universe. Starting wars with anonymous brothers. Trip, switch, trip, switch. Make a wish and I count to 3. Press a button and we'll both be happy. Sending signals is a dirty trick. Get my love in a digital package. Trip, switch, trip, switch. What we do when the power's up? What do we do when the lights go down? What we do when the power's up? What do
Wow. Looks like we're going to be getting a 7.841 for Josh Kingma, putting him now as the new leader. Looks like you guys decided that he was better than his own teammate there. Definitely crazy. But again, it's all up to you guys, the fans, watching here with us live to give in these scores for all of our drivers. It's out of our hands now, and it's all up to you. As coming up next out of Rock Island, Illinois, it's Austin Dahlgren in the Bounty Hunter. Austin told me earlier in an interview on a one-on-one he wanted to box this track up like a fish and just get it over with. He is tired of getting 0 placement and 0 earnings, and he's ready to tear it down for all of you fans, even if it's raining. So really interested to see if he's gonna live up to his name here and pull some crazy moves. Try to line up for that mini flip, could not get it though. Can he save it? And that is the end of the run. It looks like the track actually boxed him up like a fish. Definitely unfortunate. Make sure you go to RORMJL's Judges Zone and give him the score you guys think he deserved. Definitely not the score he wanted, as it's going to come in at a 3.929. Unfortunate end there for Austin Dahlgren in the Bounty Hunter. Coming up next to the bat, we're going to be having Jeremy Castillo in El Toro Loco. Throwing that smoke out for all of you fans. As it sounds like someone hacked into my mic there. I don't know who hacked me, but I suggest they stop, as I have an event to do as he's going for that slap wheelie, blazing that smoke. Definitely a good first hit for Jeremy Castillo in El Toro Loco. Looking like we might see another attempt at a maximum moonwalk. So far, all of our other drivers have been unsuccessful, but Jeremy was able to pop it up there for a second at least. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and give him the score you think El Toro Loco deserves.
And lines, I had to keep on reaching up, cause it was my time to tear down the kingdom, call out the liars. Got a jail on my heart from the pessimist, got the those nails in my mouth for impressionists. Spent too much money on a therapist. Couldn't fix me, I accepted it. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. Picked a fight with the gods, I'm the giant slayer.
And the score's coming in for Jeremy. It's going to be a 5.781. Not enough to take first. And it looks like Alex can take a sigh of relief, as that's not going to take over his score.
Tell me what it is that you think you believe. Caught in a crossfire, trouble at sea.
You may have seen him from somewhere. It's John Zimmer Jr. in Megalodon. Lil Jon definitely already has my vote for Rookie of the Year. This dude came into the season and played no games. As he's showing you right here, he could not get that wheelie attempt like he wanted. But the last showings of him so far have been all but just a prodigy. It's almost like he's driven these things before, but I don't know. Cannot tell you. But he's lining up for his second hit here. Skying that shark truck out as he slaps it into a slap wheelie. A little bit of a drift here. Trying to walk it up. On one wheel and back on all four. Definitely a better hit from John Zimmer Jr. there, as that's going to be the end of his run.
Sharing secrets with another world, rubbing shoulders with some unknown lovers, making way through the universe, starting wars with anonymous brothers. Trip, switch, trip, switch. Make a wish and I count to 3. Press a button and we'll both be happy. Sending signals is a dirty trick. Get my love in a digital package. Trip, switch. Trip, switch. What we do when the power's up.
Scores coming in for John Zimmer Jr. are being locked in now, and it's going to come in at a 6.167. Not enough to take over for first, as again, Alex taking just multiple breaths, as that's not enough to take his lead.
Give me glitter 'cause I need a hit. How I love.
And coming up next, it's going to be Israel Martinez in Nitro Menace. One of the drivers trying to correct me, saying the lead is actually Josh Kingma, and I'm aware that it's still Josh Kingma as I'm watching Izzy get ready for his run. All I know is I was overhearing in the pits again from Alex Ferrulo in Bad Company that he was going to be crying in a corner if either of these runs took the lead over his score. But it's not about Alex right now, it's about Izzy as he's trying to prep for what I believe is going to be reverse popper. Slapping that sucker up and putting it on those 2 rear tires. Got cut up by that jammer though, so it ended him short. As Izzy preps for his next move here, I'm looking in chat and I see Alex Ferrulo with a paper bag to his mouth, curious if this is going to take over his score. As it's another slap wheelie, a nice one at that from Izzy as he's sliding across the floor, drifting it into a pirouette and standing her up. That is how you get it done. Izzy never disappointing, as that is going to end his run right there. Definitely a crazy run from Izzy, and make sure to go to Judge's Zone to give him the score you believe he thinks he deserves.
trapped and my back's up against the wall. I see no solution or exit out. I'm grinding it out, no one can see. The pressure's growing exponentially. I'm trying to keep up to speed with you. Your lane changing is accelerating me. I'm hitting the ground and I'm sprinting. I'm falling back.
Alex Ferrulo, you might want to get that bag ready, as the new lead is going to be a 9.375, taking him and his teammate off that podium, and Izzy back in first. Our driver's already saying might as well pack it up. Izzy bagging up two-wheel skills yet again. As coming up next to see if he can try to beat him, it's going to be Jacob Cervantes in Zombie. Jacob was the one that actually upset Izzy, if I remember right, in the racing earlier this evening. Someone will probably correct me if I'm wrong here any second now, but I do not see that yet, as he's lining up for what I believe is going to be another slap wheelie. A lot of our drivers going for that move instead, as these donuts are just overdone and overused. Could not get that slap wheelie done, and that's going to be his first hit. Definitely some crazy air, but did not get that slap wheelie he wanted. Trying up another move here. He's going to have to do something really big if he wants to beat Izzy. Tries getting to that moonwalk, slams it, and he's balancing it. There you go. Definitely a tricky move to do on this track, but he is showing complete skill and balance there as he is walking that truck back. There you go. Center up on two wheels back, and he is back on all fours. Definitely some crazy control from Jacob Cervantes, and that is going to be the end of his run. I'm already getting corrected in chat that I'm a terrible stats manager, but can we just give it up for Jacob Cervantes? Let's give some hands to him and look away from me here for a second here. The first driver to actually perform a really good moonwalk and walk it up a ramp there. That was crazy. A lot of our fans and drivers applauding him right now. Definitely crazy, but is that enough to take first? And it is not. It is so close, but not enough, as the score is going to come in at a 9.208. So close, but not enough to take that first lead. If he only had that first move and actually landed that slap wheelie, I could tell you with confidence that that would have been the lead right there. As we come down to our final driver, anyone and everyone can't help but think, is Izzy about to go 2 for 2? He won two-wheel skills last night, and can he repeat what he did that Brandon and Adam wanted to do, make sure to go to Judge's Zone and see if that can still compete with Izzy.
Sharing secrets with another world, rubbing shoulders with some unknown lovers, making way through the universe, starting wars with anonymous brothers. Trip, switch, trip, switch. Make a wish and I count to 3. Press a button and we'll both be happy. Sending signals is a dirty trick. Get my love in a digital package. Trip, switch. Trip, switch. What we do when the power's up.
Scores coming in for Brandon. It is going to be a 6.625, not enough to take the lead. Thus meaning that coming for 2 for 2, it's going to be Israel Martinez in Nitro Minutes coming with that 2-wheel skills victory. A driver that keeps amping it up each and every week. He has jumped throughout points, through hoops and bounds, and very interested to see what he's going to do here for us tonight in Freestyle. That is going to do it for our 2-wheel skills competition. Go ahead and catch up on all the action on YouTube and our social media Instagram page. And that is both going to be RORMJL, and catch up on all of the action that you may have missed throughout the past couple of weeks. And we'll be right back with you guys in a couple minutes.
Cocaine in the blue boxes, Earl dealers on the boom box, and A-frame on a Chevy rocking side to side. My grip on a dirt road, couple buddies saying let's go. Gonna burn that barn right down to the ground tonight. Raise them up to the sky if you're trying to throw down. Get a little country fade and take it way on out. Park your truck in the line if you're looking for a buzz, and the girls in love and the boys in the blue collars. Holler. Doubled up rocking 2 flags, GEO glory strapped to the top of the head rack, rolling in the night. Tin can full of kerosene, poured out on a pile of trees. Step back, struck a match, and watch that Friday night. Raise them up to the sky if you're trying to throw down. Get a little country fade and take it way on out. Park your truck in the line if you're looking for a buzz, and the girls in love and the boys in the blue collars. Holler. It's a real Devils Junior. Hey, y'all listen to this. I'm about to get the fuse lit. Crack a can, take a long sip. Red man, get the paps ripped. Got a whole thing, I'm packing both lips. Jumping up on a tailgate, popping off like a 12 gauge. I don't care what the city boys say, we where the party is. And that's damn right. Raise them up to the sky if you're trying to throw down. Get a little country fade and take it way on out. Park your truck in the line if you're looking for a buzz, and the girls in love and the boys in the blue collars. Holler. Raise them up to the sky if you're trying to holler. Get a little country fade and take it way on out. Park your truck in the line if you're looking for a buzz, and the girls in love and the boys in the blue collars. Holler.
I flick the switch on the generator so I can turn you on. You better get to know your operator before you pack that toy. You own the lock and the key for the window to my soul. Yeah, that's the only thing you talk about. You gotta let me know, 'cause it must have been something out of control. Yeah, it must have been worth it, 'cause I had nothing left to show. How you put my life in your hands when you open up your heart and your soul. Take my love and never go. Yeah, open up your heart and your soul. 'Cause if you're looking for something to love, you gotta let me know. I put the sun in an elevator and took it to my home. I'm still living on a ladder from the sky to the floor. Don't look down, you got a long way to go. And if you wanna live, you better let the man go. 'Cause it must have been something out of control. Yeah, it must have been worth it, 'cause I had nothing left to show. How you put my life.
Been raised.
Sold my soul and signed my name in blood. Stole it back, now praying in the dark. Fooled the devil, begging for a fight. Count the dollars, make your bet tonight. Feel strong like an old machine. All the anchor boys were there. Move in, give in. The high will last for real. Get through, being a turning on and fight. Seal the deal, and let's boogie for a while.
Welcome back, guys, to Freestyle. After this crazy two-wheel skills run we had from Izzy going 2 for 2, it is pulling all of our drivers kind of at a fault and trying to rethink what they're going to do for Freestyle here, but we have another crazy 18 stacked lineup, and I can't wait to get it all started. As coming up first, we're going to be having John Zimmer Jr. in Megalodon. John Zimmer Jr. starting out with us with some crazy air. Always been one to look out for on the track since he started just last week. He's been a threat ever since. Slapping in some crazy cyclones off that pod there. Sending her back down. Trying to go for some crazy move there. Setting it up on the lid. Is that enough? Can he save that? Can he come back from that? And it's an RI call, and that's going to be an early end for John Zimmer Jr. in Megalodon. Definitely not the way he wanted to end that run. He's been doing great all this season. It's going to put him behind maybe just a little bit, but he's still a threat on Stadium Tour Blue.
I'm trapped and my back's up against the wall. I see no solution or exit out. I'm grinding it out. No.
Getting a response from John Zimmer Jr. saying that this track, it's tough. So for all of our other 17 drivers, you got a long way to go. Scores coming in now at a 3.083. A short-lived run gets a short-lived score. Not what John Zimmer wanted to do, but I know he's going to come back strong next week. Coming up next, we're going to be having Steven Gibson in Dragon Ice. Still blowing those flames for all you fans there. He's getting ready for his first hit. Little discombobulator after hitting the dumpsters back there. Line up for that first jump and some good air to start us off. Definitely an interesting move there from Steven there. When he's sliding around that track, you can definitely pull off some crazy pirouette moves kind of like that and the other moves we've seen from other drivers in two-wheel. But it's still going to be a truck-eating track here today. Slinging that Dragon Ice truck around this Anaheim track. Blowing that fire yet again.
Ancient stories once were told. Days of old. Shed a tear and stage the game. Let the universe unfold. Now a past is dead to rights. The dreams of gods built the second sight.
Going for a reverse backflip and landing it into a moonwalk there. That is how you bring it back, right? That is how you get a really high score. I am speechless. The first one to land that out of our two drivers. Can't wait to see if more people are going to land that later here tonight. That was awesome to watch. Definitely a tamed run for a mud track here this evening, but a great run for Steven Gibson so far. Just slapping that Dragon Ice truck around everywhere. And that is time for Steven Gibson. Definitely a crazy run. Make sure to go to judgeszone.com. Not .com. Make sure to use the Judges Zone link and use code RORMJL to give this or what you think Steven Gibson deserves. Man, that propane tank bleeding, P. How does he get so much propane? Oh, what? And it looks like we got a brand new leader with a 7.833. Steven Gibson in Dragon Ice, putting on a show for us in this really bad weather, but just showing you that enough control can come out with a great score. Coming up next, we're going to be having Irvin Martin in Miss Overboard. Getting some crazy air off that first jump right there. coming into these jumps a little crooked. It seems that might be the way to go into these jumps. That's giving him enough control. As I say that, he slams into our dumpsters. But enough control initially for the first hit he took. Sort of struggling around this track, kind of pinballing around it as he hits the containers. I'm not sure if there's a count yet. I'm going to have to check. Already a count for any dumpster hits, but we go for a backflip, and it is a failed attempt, and as that's going to be the end of the run for Irving Martin and miss overboard. Not the backflip he was trying to aim for there, but in this slick track, I mean, you never know what you're going to get. Make sure you go to Judges Zone and use code RORMJL to give the score for Irving.
Fast lane through a hurricane, open road and I'm ready to roll. Put the pedal down right away. Red line and I'm giving it more. City lights are burning right behind me. Drop down, I'm pushing to the floor.
Scores are being finalized as we speak. And the scores are going to be a 3.743 for Irving, not enough to take first.
Taking off like a jet plane. High speeds and she's ready to go. Fuel burning like a freight train.
It's coming up next. It's his hometown show as well. It's Nick Tedrick and the Iron Outlaw. Nick sporting without that body yet again. I don't know what the thought on that even was. You're just getting like downpoured on right now, dude. Let's see if he can put on another crazy run for us here this evening. Nick, unfortunate in the last few times we've seen him, but yesterday in freestyle, he definitely wowed me. I'm really interested to see if he can bring that momentum into today. Here he comes with that walkie slush moment. As he's trying to go from that transfer, he does a flip. Oh my god, that is how you start your freestyle. Definitely the walkie slush move of the night so far, if we're going to use that term. Man, that thing bleeding, P. He's going all out in this track tonight. Definitely giving Dragon's Ice driver Steven Gibson a run for his money already if he can keep this momentum going. Steven Gibson had definitely a lot of air and some wow moments, but he's already wowed us from the get-go. He's going to have to keep that going as he gets some crazy air. And he slings that truck into a crazy save, and we're just going to keep letting him go. Nick Teddy with what I believe is so far the run of his season so far. Just skying that Iron Outlaw truck out tonight. He might be sitting in like 10 pounds of water in his seat, but he is going all out here right now. Nick Tedrick gonna definitely put up a high score to beat. But again, it's gonna leave it all up to you guys, the fans, to give him the score you think he deserves as he's lining up for this backflip. I guess he's not. Is he going for that backflip? I believe he is. It's all sloshed up back there, but he's going for that backflip again, getting some insane air and landing it, but onto the rocks and up on his lid. That is going to be it. Definitely a walkie slush moment for sure, as Nick Tedrick puts it in chat. Crazy run for Nick Tedrick in the Iron Outlaw. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and use the code RORMJL to see what you guys think his score is and if it's going to be enough to beat Dragon Ice. A lot of drivers from the pits hoping that Nick was able to finish that run completely, as that would have definitely been the winning freestyle outright. When you have that many drivers saying that you could have had that, might have just been it, bud. But just coming up short, but definitely a crazy score. Sorry, definitely a crazy run as we get the scores in now, and it's going to be a 6.125. Close, but not enough for first. Coming up next, we're going to be having Jaden McClam in Jailbird. I believe this is Jaden's actually first weekend here and first event he's doing in the Jailbird Monster Truck, teammate to Izzy. Going big with some crazy air though. That's going to be dumpster hit number 267 here in Anaheim. Sort of gliding around the track, looking for jumps to hit. Still waiting for that crazy wow moment like Nick had earlier on in his run. But still a good, well-paced, safe run for Jaden so far as he's lining up for this backflip. Good air, and he lands that perfectly. Try to goes for that transfer, did not do the flip he wanted, could almost had it saved, and he just came up short. That is going to be the end of the run for Jaden in Jailbird. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and give him the score you guys think he deserved. A lot of our drivers disappointed that Jaden was not able to complete that save. That's just showing you here that this track is a truck eater, and these drivers are rethinking what they're going to still need to do, as their moves that they had planned may not go just as they thought it would be planned. Scores coming in now at a 5.563, not enough for first. Coming up next, we're going to have another hometown hero here. It's going to be Trent Fung in Monster Patrol.
I am the master of this game, and everybody knows my name. And I will gladly make you see that you should not have messed with me. But you have thrown the gauntlet.
Starting us off with some really good air.
Who wears the crown? So I will gladly hunt you down, and I'm gonna stomp you into the ground. And you know it's true. I'm just better than you. See the fear that's in your eyes. I'll make you realize it will. Oh yeah, here we go again. Looks like we're on the floor again. Hell yeah, here we go again. 'Cause I came here to win. I'll fight forever. I won't surrender. And I will always hunt you down.
Still struggling and kind of sliding around these dumpsters. He's had a few good hits, but he's going to need to keep this momentum up if he wants to beat the high score.
Next time you open your mouth up, you better be ready to back it up. You better talk to all your friends. I bet you won't do this again. 'Cause when you
And he's sideways.
that's when
That looks like that is going to be the end of the run there for Trent Fung. Gonna have to check in with our medical staff here. That looked like a hard hit for Trent. Hopefully we can get him out there and back out to our next event. Make sure you go to Judge Zone and use code RORMJL to see what you guys believe Trent Fung's score is.
Let me back it up to the start of the climb. Faced with an army of vipers and lions, I had to keep on reaching up, 'cause it was my
So far we've only had 5 drivers, and it's so far really just a 0 to 4, right? Or sorry, a 1 to 4. As still our leader is Dragon Ice, with Steven Gibson in the lead so far. And the scores are going to come in for him at a 4.417.
Tell me what it is that you think you believe. Caught in a crossfire, trouble at sea. Every single day I feel that gold underneath. I see
Let's see if this driver can take the lead. It's Adrian Cooper in Pirate's Curse. Starting us off with some really good air, coming out the tunnel with a vengeance after having an unfortunate end to his two-wheel skill run. Adrian giving us definitely a well-paced run so far. Making the best of these bad conditions and just kind of going from hit to hit, making sure he can make as many hits and hopefully outdo however many Steven had, and we're just waiting for that wow factor. Definitely some good air into a slap wheelie, kind of going a little crazy there, sending it all down. Interesting little slide out there coming off that main ramp. Oh boy, got a little crazy there, but was able to set that back down. Looks like we're about to get another attempt at a backflip. Here we go. Bounces it up on the nose, goes into a crazy save, tries to get into sidewalls, but could not land it. That is going to be the end of the run there for Adrian Cooper in Pirate's Curse. Definitely a well-paced run, but just came up a little bit short on time. Make sure to go to Judge's Zone and use code RORMJL and put in the scores to see if you think he can beat Steven Gibson in Dragon Ice. Actually getting word now that he did fill time, so that was just enough right before the time's end. Scores are being locked, and it's going to come in at a 7.550. So close, but not enough to take first. But that's going to put him in second. And here comes another driver straight out of McAllen, Texas prison. It's going to be Mario Ortega in Vendetta. Mario starting us off with some nice air off those crush cars. Kind of bouncing off that dumpster there, but he's going to keep this run going. That beautiful Vendetta truck just getting air as he's sliding from hit to hit here. Sort of discombobulated, honestly. Reversing it. There you go. He looks like one of those balls in those pinball machine games. He's going just all crazy around this track, just hucking this truck everywhere. If he can fill time, this is definitely going to be a good score. Getting a little sideways there. Slams into those dumpsters, though. Not know what he's doing right now. Definitely had some momentum going, but losing that. Sort of just going crazy right now. A little bit of a sideways hit right there. No idea what he's doing now. He's kind of everywhere. But he's going for this backflip. Can he complete it? Perfectly executed and a nice little moonwalk to go along with that. There you go. And that is time for Mario Ortega as he gets some good air for you fans as he ends his run. Finally, a filled run from Mario Ortega, and the fans are pleased that no one has ended or gotten injured because of one of his runs.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
Mario, one of our few drivers so far that was actually able to fill time. Although he kind of bounced around the whole track like a pinball machine, he did get it done.
I'm on the big stage. I got my crew. I'll get you moving. It's what I do. The party's starting. It's going down. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out.
As the scores come in at an 8.167, looks like your new leader is going to be Mario or the Vendetta.
Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
Already looking out in the pits, and it looks like Travis Palm of Wildflower hoping to be pushed down a bit. They're having a little bit of technical issues and hopefully can make it out. They're installing some sort of new like engine mod or something. I think it's called CRD 2.0. No idea where that is from or where you can download it. It's coming up next. We have Josh Kingma in Fast Metal. Josh slinging that fast metal truck all around, trying to beat what Mario just put up on the board with an 8.167. Definitely has something going for him though. He's the teammate of Alex Ferrulo in Bad Company, and those two are a dangerous pair. Getting a little wild there. Hits the wall, and that is going to be it though. Was on those two tires and could not recover from that. That is going to be the end of the run for Josh Kingma in Fast Metal. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and use code RORMJL and see if it's enough to beat Mario Ortega's Vendetta. Scores coming in now at a 4.650. Not enough. But coming up next, we're going to be having Jeremy Castillo and El Toro Loco. Jeremy, one of our other few drivers who has a freestyle win under his belt, so he is ready to try and repeat that. He got it in Indianapolis, and he's hoping to continue that here in Anaheim. Oh no, and already out the gate, sliding off that jump and putting him at an end. Not the run he wanted right there. And sadly for him, Jeremy was not able to fill time. That's putting him at a 0. Was not able to finish the first 30 seconds of his run. Unfortunate end there for Castillo and El Toro Loco. Drivers now getting upset with this mud as it is putting a lot of the stuff they had planned just to shame. All their moves that they had ready just down the drain here in Anaheim. This mud is a track, the truck eating track tonight. Looks like they got it back out in time. It's Travis Palm in Wildflower. Looks like he was able to get that CRD mod from Redacted, downloaded and ready to go, and now he's ready for Freestyle. Already kind of sideways coming off that jump there, but a good start to his run. Hopefully he is ready to keep this freestyle going because he's got a long way to go. Definitely not taking any cookie cutter turns here. Tonight in Anaheim, it's all about at least having that one wow factor and filling time, as Mario Ortega showed us earlier. And let's see if Travis Palm can replicate that. Going for the backflip, getting huge air. Holy crap. Lands that, hits the front end a little hard there, but he's going to walk it off. That's how you get it done in the mud. Travis Palm giving us a show here tonight, and I think that is the end right there. Can he save it? No, he saves it. There you go, buddy. Bringing it back from the point of no return when he was on his lid there and puts it into the save. Oh, he is over again. What a crazy run from Travis Palm. Putting definitely a crazy run there. I'm honestly shocked from watching those two highlights just right there. Definitely, if I were Mario Ortega, I'd be shaking it in my rain-filled boots right now. And the score is coming in now, and it's going to be an 8.313. That is going to make Wildflower your new leader. Coming up next to the track, we're going to be having Austin Dahlgren in the Bounty Hunter. He's saying this runs for Blake Thompson. I think that's his hero. Also got to thank Blake Thompson for covering me earlier on in racing, as I was late with all the traffic here in Anaheim. Austin, I think he's going to start us big here. Going for that backflip early, and he lands it. There you go, dude. That's how you get it done and not get boxed up like a fish right there. He's going to turn those placement and those earnings from a 0 to who knows. We're going to have to find out when his run is done and you put the scores into judges zone. Getting stuck up on that jammer back there. Austin definitely upset after his two-wheel skill run after rolling it over early, so he wants to make some points back here in freestyle. Definitely has a lot of good momentum going. As I say that, he's backing up for a hit here. Getting caught up on those containers back there. Really is a struggle to get out of stuff like that here in the mud here tonight in Anaheim. Puts it into some crazy save right there, but can he make it? That is not going to be enough for Austin Dahlgren in the Bounty Hunter. Definitely a short end, had a good run going, but is it enough to take the lead? Already F's and chats for Austin Dahlgren. People saying that was definitely a good run, but I don't think that filled time. So it's going to be up to you judges to see what his score is going to be. Scores coming in now at an 8.100. Close, but not first. That's going to put him in at least third so far. Having some arguments about the score for Austin Dahlgren's run, but again, you guys are the ones, these runs. I'm just the guy in the booth taking video and just commentating as I go. This is all up to you guys, the fans watching live. Coming up next, we're going to be having Tyler May and Son of a Digger. Ari starting us off with some crazy air and a nice start to his run. Kind of bumping container to container here. Definitely a well-paced run from Tyler here as he's getting ready for the backflip. Skies that truck out and puts it back down on all fours. Definitely a good wow moment here from Tyler. Just having fun with that run, and that is going to be time for Tyler May in Son of a Digger. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and use the code RORMJL and make sure you give the score you think Tyler May deserves. But mine is Steven Gibson. He's not judging, so he's good.
Sharing secrets with another world, rubbing shoulders with some unknown lovers, making way through the universe, starting wars with anonymous brothers. Trip, switch, make a wish and I count to 3. Press the button and we'll both be happy. Sending signals is a dirty trick. Get my love in a digital package. Trip, switch. Trip, switch. What we do when the power's up? What do we do when the lights go down? What we do when the power's up?
And it looks like we have another brand new leader. It's going to be an 8.536 for Tyler May and Son of a Digger, making him your brand new leader. And coming up next, we're going to be having Chris Bialik in Gravedigger. Chris, another one of those drivers, already starting with a crazy run right here. Getting a flip off that jammer, starting us off huge right now. I believe he did that last night, and he's still being able to do it now in the rain. That just shows you how much of a driver this guy is. As I have now found a cat in the booth. It is rainy here, and luckily we have a cat here with us tonight, as Chris Bialik is still tearing it down here with some crazy cyclones and just that wow factor in the beginning of his run. Spin cycle just to start us going. And it looks like he's getting ready for that backflip. Nails that thing and puts it into a moonwalk. That's how you get it done. Chris is just going for it right now, for this run right now. He's just airing this Gravedigger truck out tonight as he goes into a crazy move there. Sets it all back down. Holy. Chris is just going all out in this rainy track. Was not able to make it to San Diego, and he's coming back here in Anaheim here with a vengeance. Slams the barriers. That is time, and yeah, no RI calls that entire run, but that was a crazy run there. As you guys have to go to RORMJL's judges zone and give him the score you guys think he deserved. While you guys sort these scores out, I'm gonna find out what to do with this cat. That cat ate all of my food. I have nothing here in the booth. As we're still waiting for the scores here for Chris Bialik and Gravedigger. The current score to beat is an 8.536. And as the scores are finalized, it's going to be a 9.375. Your new leader is going to be Chris Bialik and Gravedigger. And we are now down to our final four drivers. As this has been definitely an interesting night here in rainy Anaheim, but coming up next, it's going to be Jacob Cervantes in Zombie. Looks like he's also lining up for the backflip, airs that sucker out and lands that. Kind of doing a little bit of a repeat like Austin Dahlgren was doing, but that is how you get your runs going if you want to beat a score like a 9.375 with Gravedigger's Chris Bialik. Starting us off huge and continuing off with some more big air. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today. Sorry that got picked up. As Jacob Cervantes is going to keep this run going. Definitely a well-paced run here going for Jacob Cervantes as he goes into another crazy, pulling off a crazy pirouette. There you go, dude. That is how you are going to get the scores to try to beat Gravedigger with a 9.3, as it's just more air. Jacob Cervantes just dominating the track here tonight, showing that even though it's raining, it doesn't mean anything if you have skill. And that is time for Jacob Cervantes in Zombie. Definitely a crazy run. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and use code RORMJL to give in the score that you think Jacob Cervantes deserves in Zombie. Jacob had the wow factor, the air, and he filled time. If I were Chris, I'd be shaking in my boots too. Scores coming in now at a 9.208. So close, but not enough to take that lead. Will it be enough? You're going to have to go to judgeszone.com, put in those scores, and see if it's enough to compete with the big guns.
Let me back it up to the start of the climb. Faced with an army of vipers and lions, I had to keep on reaching up, cause it was my time to tear down the kingdom, call out the liars. Got a jail on my heart from the pessimist. Got those nails in my mouth for impressionists. Spent too much money on a therapist. Couldn't fix me, I accepted it. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. Picked a fight with the gods, I'm the giant slayer. Bone shaker, dominator.
Scores are being finalized. It's going to be a 7.750. Not enough, and definitely not the score Brandon wanted to take there. It's going to be enough points for him, but is it going to be enough to keep him in first? To people that are watching live with us, make sure when you go to Judges Zone, the code is RORMJL, not Anaheim. The code is RORMJL, not Anaheim. And coming up next to the track, he was your last week's freestyle winner. It's Israel Martinez in Nitro. Israel just going on like a win streak so far with freestyle in San Diego and the past 2 wins in 2-wheel skills. Can he wrap it up here in Anaheim with a freestyle victory? Starting us off with some huge air. Israel Martinez not afraid and definitely knows quite a bit about the wow factor, but he's definitely got quite the mountain to climb if he wants to beat Gravedigger's 9.3. Definitely a crazy move right there from Izzy. Slipping that Nitro Menace truck from jump to jump. He's already had the air and some decent wow factors. Can he pick it up here with this backflip he's planning on? Airs that sucker out, and oh, that is not enough on his lid. Short in there for Israel Martinez, not the way he wanted to end it. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and use code RORMJL. That's right, code RORMJL for 20% off your, not off your order, but the scores for Israel Martinez in Nitro Menace. As we're just getting medical reports that he's got a little bit of concussion off the dome, but he'll be all right and ready for next week. Scores coming in now at a 7.068. A decent score, but not enough to take first. There have been 17 of our drivers doing their freestyles, and so far there's only one to beat. Can this man beat him? Coming up next.
Backwards Bob!
I don't know why I just got hacked yet again, but it's going to be Alex Ferrulo in Bad Company. I got to get this mic sorted out. As he comes out the tunnel, already hitting the dumpster.
Tell me there's a reason. Take another step to get up off my knees and follow this path of most resistance. And wherever it takes us, whatever it faces, and wherever it leads.
Perusing over the track, and I think he's found his jump. Getting ready to launch over that jammer. Here he goes. Starting us off with some really good air so far, if you don't count that he bumped the dumpster coming out the tunnel. Still has a mountain to beat over Chris Bialik and Gravedigger. All he has to do is have some crazy wow moments and finish time. Time being the biggest one out of all of it so far on this muddy track. It's consumed 17 of our drivers. Technically 16, but can he be the one that's going to take Freestyle? There's only one way to find out as he keeps going on and getting ready for what I believe he's going to hit that Monster Energy backflip. Lines it up, kind of like slaps it. Guess not a backflip, but interesting move still. Another cat has now came into the studio here. Sliding around the track, looks like he's going to hit the other side of the backflip ramp. Tries to go for a corkscrew, could not get it, but he gets an insane save. That is the wow factor we are looking for here. And oh no, there he goes over, but he saves it yet again. Alex Ferrulo going all out, and that is time. Giving us a little bit of a show for all of you fans as he's going to go back into the pits and not hit the dumpsters. Make sure to go to Judges Zone and use code RORMJL and put in the scores for Alex Ferrulo in Bad Company. And is it going to be enough to beat Chris Bialik in Gravedigger? An amazing run for Alex Ferrulo in Bad Company. We are going to be adding more batteries to our RIs to help all of our other judges, our fans, and our drivers for more fairness in our runs from here on out. As the scores are coming in now, and is going to be a 9.021. So close, but not enough. That means your new and his first, I believe, victory for this season. It's going to be Chris Bialik in Gravedigger with a 9.375. That was your winning run. His first win of this season in RORMJL. He's a veteran and finally happy he could put some more points under his belt for this point series on Stadium Tour Blue.
She could tell right away.
We are going to be putting the points now for the overall champ. He got a 17 in racing, a 17 in two-wheel, a 17 in freestyle, and his overall points put putting him at 51. It's going to be Jacob Cervantes in Zombie.
Cause it must have been something.
A big congratulations to Cervantes in Zombie. Got a second place in just about every competition here he did. His first overall of this season, and hopefully he's going to have a lot more. Definitely an underrated driver, and you do not want to miss him on any of these events. It has been a crazy day here on Anaheim here. It's been rainy. We've had lots of rollovers, crazy saves, and an overall still an amazing event here. I'm one of your co-hosts, Mason Paul. I'd like to thank Blake Thompson for taking over for me in racing, and we hope to see you back here soon with us this Sunday as we go back to Stadium to Red as they go to St. Louis.
Couple buddies saying let's go. Gonna burn that barn